Why did Homo erectus survive while so many other humans vanished? Neanderthals fell, Denisovans disappeared. Entire branches of our family tree were reduced to fossils and mystery. Yet Erectus endured, not briefly, not for a few thousand years, but for nearly 2 million years. In fact, they are the longest-lasting human species ever to walk the earth. What made them different? What secret kept them alive when their cousins perished? The answers aren't simple. They lie in fire, in tools, in empathy, and in one remarkable strategy that would define all of humanity's future. 2 million years ago, the world was alive with dangers. Saber-toothed cats prowled the grassland edges, their fangs longer than daggers. Hyenas, far larger than those we know today, stalked in packs capable of cracking bones with jaws of iron. Even the skies carried terror. Colossal eagles, wings wider than a man was tall, swooped down to seize the unwary. This was not a human world. Humans were fragile shadows darting among monsters. Other species of our genus existed too smaller, weaker, limited to narrow habitats. But one by one they failed. Climate shifts starved them. Predators wiped them out. Competitors claimed their food. Fossil beds tell a grim story. Cousins once alive, now extinct. So how did Homo erectus, faced with the same terrors, manage not just to survive, but to dominate for nearly 2 million years? At first glance, Erectus looked ordinary. They were not the strongest. A lion could drag them down in seconds. They were not the fastest. Antelope sprinted far out of reach. Their brains were only 2/3 the size of ours. Their spears were crude, their stone axes simple. They had no claws, no fangs, no armor. Alone, they should have been doomed. But weakness forced creativity. Survival demanded strategy far beyond brute force. Life for Homo erectus was harsh. Each day began with hunger. Men and women worked together. Some chipped flint, breaking stone into sharp hand axes. Others gathered roots, leaves, and tubers, teaching children which plants nourished and which could kill. Children helped too. Small hands carried branches for the evening fire. All labor was survival. These humans rarely brought down large animals themselves. Instead, they followed vultures wheeling overhead. Where vultures circled, killers lurked. Lions, leopards, and hyenas stripped carcasses, leaving scraps. Only after predators finished did Erectus dare to creep forward. Archaeologists have found animal bones, scarred by both teeth and stone blades, proof that Erectus scavenged, cutting meat from the very same kills lions had abandoned. It was risky. Hyenas often returned, jaws dripping. Leopards prowled nearby, ready to strike. But scavenging gave calories without requiring strength. To survive, they gambled daily on the edge of death. Most human species clung to one environment, not Erectus. They became wanderers. Their footprints appear across Africa, in the deserts of Arabia, the plains of China, the islands of Indonesia. They were the first explorers. Why did this matter? Because environments change. Ice ages come, droughts spread, rivers shift. The species that remain in one place die with it. The species that move, adapt, and learn survive. Erectus carried fire, stone, and memory into every new land. Each migration was both risk and lifeline. By refusing to stay still, they guaranteed their survival for millennia. Then came the power of fire. For countless generations, fire was an enemy. Lightning could ignite forests, turning landscapes to ash. But slowly, Erectus learned to harness it. At Wonderwork Cave in South Africa, archaeologists discovered evidence, ash, bones charred by flames, dating back nearly 1 million years. These are the oldest traces of humans controlling fire. With fire, Homo erectus changed everything. Nights became safer. Predators who once stalked the darkness now kept back from the flames. Cold winds of the Ice Age could be endured. Fire softened roots and roasted meat, unlocking more calories. More energy meant stronger bodies and bigger brains. Fire freed time, time to learn, to share, to grow. Their stone hand axe was simple but revolutionary, hard enough to butcher flesh, sharp enough to dig soil, versatile enough to crack bone for marrow. It was the Swiss Army knife of the prehistoric world, carried everywhere. Over thousands of years, cerebrum and stone evolved together. Other humans made tools too, but Erectus perfected portability and persistence. Wherever they traveled, the axe came with them. This technology, as simple as it looked, was one key to their global survival. But technology alone did not decide who lived and who died. The real answer was each other. Fossil sites reveal bones of Homo erectus with severe injuries, shattered legs, damaged skulls, survivors who lived long enough for bones to heal. How? Only if others helped them, carried them, fed them, protected them. Unity became their most vital weapon. When predators circled a campfire, the individual was helpless. But the group, shouting together, waving torches as one, drove lions back into the night. Cooperation transformed prey into something new, a community. From rescuing the fallen to feeding the young, Erectus practiced the first sparks of empathy. They were, perhaps, the first truly social humans. So why did Homo erectus survive when others fell? Because they adapted. They left when resources vanished. They walked into new worlds and stayed alive. Because they tamed fire. They sharpened stone. They transformed fear into a tool of survival. And above all, because they stood together. For nearly 2 million years, they walked the earth longer than us so far. Around 100,000 years ago, they finally faded. But by then, the lessons they carried had passed down. Every ember lit, every weapon shaped, every hand extended in unity is their gift to us. Their survival was not just theirs, it was the beginning of ours.